Atelier Ray Clark. Ray Clark.
Vicky Grub.
Atelier Ray Clark. Ray Clark.
Sit on this. Vicky Grub. Sit on this.
Hello and welcome back to Sit on This, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. This is the podcast where we talk, that's Vicky Grub and myself, we talk all things upholstery and soft furnishings, and all things about craft, the business, and the real life ups and downs of making a living with your hands. So, today we're in Rickmansworth. Have I pronounced that properly?
Yeah, Rickmansworth.
Ricky.
Yeah.
Ricky.
And we are...
Croxley Green.
And today we're chatting with someone who's taken a slightly different, I feel, and a modern path in the upholstery world. Ladies and gentlemen and everyone in between, it gives us great pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Neil Banyard. Is that right?
Hello.
Woo!
Hello, everyone.
Right, hello.
So
Hello.
Neil is an upholsterer.
Yeah.
You're an educator, and you're a YouTuber with over 100,000 subscribers. That's impressive. He's built a business that blends hands-on craft with online teaching, collaborations, and content creation, something a lot of people in our industry are curious about, but maybe aren't really sure how to approach.
Are we going to ask this question? Do you really think that upholstery is a viable modern career in 2026?
100% understand the question. Because I get it. I've had students say, I'm not sure if I can keep going like this. Yes, it is. But it's hard. It's going to be hard if you just want to... Don't get me wrong. There is people that do this, literally just want to do the work and be left alone.
Yeah.
You know, if you just want to be a subcontractor for interior designers, or if you just want to be tucked away in your workshop, you can earn a living.
You can subsist.
Yeah, you can survive. Saying survive nowadays. But yeah, if you just want to do that, you could get by. But if you want more, then I'd say you need to leverage social media. You need to build a profile that you can either leverage, selling what you know, or building your profile so people will
use your service, or product.
Yeah, because we kind of got to a point where I'm lucky enough to be able to don't get me wrong, I can't charge the earth, but I can charge more than a competitor because. Yeah, I've got more. I can send them to my YouTube. Yeah, and it allows me to break, because what a lot of customers are doing, they're basically they're asking for quotes and they're sending out to 5 different upholsterers. They're like, how much?
Yeah.
And they're looking for the cheapest.
Yeah.
But what I tell my students,
are they?
Yeah, I get that all the time. I had that this week.
Value for money.
Yeah, I mean.
A lot of the majority.
Yeah.
But they don't understand. No, they're not. They're looking for the cheap. Honestly, they do not understand. I mean, some customers do understand the work that goes into it. They've got a traditional antique piece and they're not interested in it.
Or they've seen you on the box.
Yeah, but that's what you've leveraged. That's what Neil's talking about.
And they appreciate the amount of work that you've put in.
Yeah.
So
that's what social media is great for.
Yeah.
You can, it breaks the barrier of trust. So
that's a good point, actually. Yeah. That's a really good point, yeah.
Because when a customer comes to me now, I send them like a document and say, go here and watch this.
Right.
Which takes them to my YouTube, which, number one, shows them how much work goes into it.
Yeah.
And I also talk through my videos. I'm like, so you can't, you're not going to get this with mass produced.
Yeah.
No.
What I'm actually doing now is not what they do in mass produced factories. I'm actually going a step beyond. So it breaks that barrier with customers. Customers see, what you're doing. They can see that you're going an extra mile, and then it also, they feel like after they've watched an hour or so, I think it's 2 hours. They say if they've watched 2 hours of your content, they're considered warm. So warm clients.
Is that a statistic that people in marketing use?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So you've got cold traffic and hot traffic. And
right,
warm.
Yeah.
So cold would be someone that's never heard of you at all. warm would be, they've seen you on Instagram maybe.
Yeah.
Or hot would be like a student of mine that's inside my training academy, or that would purchase
your services. Yeah, without even questioning. That's a brilliant concept that I've never even thought about, but you're absolutely right, And something that Ray does, which I really think
What does Ray do?
Ray does this really great thing where he really gets to know...
I'm listening now.
Know his client. He's really, he's really chatty with them. And so, at the beginning, when I first met Ray, I was like, oh my God, you're giving them so much and you're doing so much for them. But he's bringing them in, isn't he? He's bringing them in. But again,
warming them up.
He's warming them up. But also,
I'm just getting to know who I'm working with.
Yeah, I know. But that's your natural. You're naturally marketing yourself without realizing. But also, you do have the leverage, and leverage, I think, is really important.
Leverage is because that's what I say to students. I've got a PDF that I use in my business, and then I've shown it to my students. I said, create something like this for yourself, but you need to have the content online as well, because you can send, if a customer's, like I say, hunting around for the best quote or whatever, maybe they're going to go for the middle. You can go a step beyond. Instead of just going 1,200 quid, 1,500 quid, you send them a document which sends them, your ethos, what you stand for, the
value that you're going to bring to their furniture.
The throwaway society, the landfill.
And so that for you goes out with every quote, or is that something that they see on YouTube? That goes
out with every quote.
That's
so great. I love that.
T's go out of every quote as well.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, but that's
which don't hope they read.
Well, this is the thing as well. I mean, a lot of people don't read the small print. So how do you?
I mean, so I've never had a customer say, I've read your T's and C's and I've got a question about this. It's more for the upholsterer, for to cover your arse, essentially.
Yeah, that's true.
The T's and C's aren't really for the client, it's for...
Well, I mean, it is. To be fair, so everyone's on the same page.
You can refer them back to them.
Yes, exactly. And that's, you say, if you refer back to our terms and conditions.
Yeah.
But if you have to say that sentence, things are always,
I do say it a lot. I say it a lot to my students because, at the end of the day, the deposit is paid at a certain time and then the course is paid up front. So I always refer them back to the T's and C's for that because some people are
talking
want their deposit back.
C's, right? I want to swing this right back to the terms and conditions in which Neil Banyard came to be. I mean, tell us about your background a bit. What were the kind of conditions? What was your journey into upholstery?
Right. Okay. So I've been in the game 16 years now. 16.
Okay.
I was in my mid-20s. Funny enough. I was sort of hunting. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was DJing. I was enjoying my 20s.
Yeah.
What kind of DJing were you doing? What music?
What kind of DJ?
No, I was house music, drum and bass.
Yeah, I used to put on quite not big parties, but
weddings,
raves.
Oh, raves!
Really?
Yeah. So
don't be
Slipmat.
It's all right.
Slipmat. Do you remember Slipmat and
SL2?
SL2.
Yeah.
So I was quite friendly with Matt. I put on parties and had Rat Pack and so I used to deal with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, we should cut in with that actually. Licensing.
What an overlay of the DJ.
No, some of the music and the dancing scene. So we're talking about the second summer of love here, weren't you?
Yeah, so
you were doing a lot of.
It was sort of we're going back. So I was sort of in my mid-20s. I'm 42 now, so
well done.
We're going back 15 maybe years. But we used to put on parties all in Watford, and we used to hire out venues and set up. I used to love that, putting on a lot the lighting rigs and I used to hire in all the DJs. Got quite friendly with everyone.
Getting to use sound equipment and things like this.
Yeah. So I'm pretty
handy with the old
editing,
tools.
Yeah, because I produced for a while. I spent 10 years producing music. So,
really?
Yeah.
For any big names that we might know?
There's a couple of mine online.
Go on. Are you allowed to mention them? Or
my DJ name was actually Fat Face.
Okay.
Because we produced. I've released a couple. Nothing big.
Okay.
A few friends of mine have done quite well. Sigma, Friend of mine, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
so
Yeah.
some of my friends have done quite well out of it, but
So presumably, would you have stayed in that career if you could have made more money from it, or was it just
No, I
that?
want to know how we get from that.
I
to
know,
this.
but that's what I'm saying, because I'm guessing like also a lot of late nights, like it's not conducive with like family life, is it, and stuff like that as well.
yeah, well, I met, me and Stacey have been together 10 years now. So I met Stacey 10 years ago. You know, we knew we wanted to have a family, and then, you know, but I was already working in upholstery before I met Stacey. But I fell into upholstery.
Who were you working for?
So I saw an advert for so I started an upholstery company in Stanmore. Well, Hatch End. They're called Moore's Interiors. I've got to give them a shout out because
Yeah.
Shout
I
out to
learned
Moore's
my-
Interiors.
I learned my craft. Yeah, they're still
Cool,
trading.
cool.
Yeah, they're a big company. They're a good company actually. Shout out to Phil Signac, who was like, you know, the master upholsterer that sort of trained me up. Yes, I was there 12 years. So I sort of fell in. I went in as a driver's, like doing deliveries, and then
Yeah.
Phil pulled me one day and said, "Do you want to learn the trade?" And I was like, "Yeah, all right." So I spent 11 years learning at Moore's. I was there 11 years, and then so learned as much as I could there. And then from there, I went to a few other places. I went to Alta London, which is another quite high end workshop, sofa and chair company.
What were you mostly doing then? Were you doing like modern? Were you doing traditional?
It was a lot of reupholstery and a lot of modern.
Yeah.
They do everything more. They're an interiors company, so they headboards, bespoke sofas, reupholstery, and I even trained in because it was in curtains and blinds as well. So I lean into that a bit as well. I do curtains and blinds for interiors as well. So
Have you ever done like traditional upholstery as well, like yourself?
I've done a bit. I can put my hand to it, but I wouldn't call myself like an expert.
Okay.
Yeah, my training is mainly modern, and that's what I teach.
Principles are similar, aren't
Yeah.
they? Just the techniques and the materials are different,
exactly,
and the way you employ them.
Yeah, there's some there's some amazing teachers out there, like yourself included, Gareth, Armand. Like there's some amazing. I'm a modern. My courses are all about modern upholstery.
Cool.
Because for me, it's finding the clientele as well. That will, so you can have their option. You can have it traditional and it'll take this long, or you can have it modern because there's going to be a price difference.
Yeah.
And
Well, it depends on the level of the materials that are involved.
Yeah.
You can get some really high-end modern materials, can't you?
Yeah. You can. Yeah.
So after you came out of working for someone else, or did you say you set up Moore's Interiors, or were you just there to manage it and be?
Oh no. Yeah. I left. I was at Moore's for 11 years, and I learned my trade there.
Yeah.
To a point.
Yeah.
And then I went around, and
I
only knew one. That's the thing in upholstery. If you just learn just in one place, you're going to learn just the way they do it.
Yeah.
Whereas I went to this workshop, and they were called Alta London. They're not around anymore. But the guys that run it are off doing their own things. Very high end, and it was like walking into a different world. There wasn't any scissors. It was all done with blade. All the cutting was done with blades.
Yeah.
And it was all the woodworking was done in house. So it was a different world. Whereas what I was used to before was just the upholstery. The woodworking was done and brought in.
Yeah.
Who first showed you how to use a sewing machine?
Do you know what? It's actually a lady called Jean. I haven't heard from Jean in years.
Shouts out to Jean.
Yeah, shouts out to Jean. She worked at Moore's and brilliant machinist. And I ended up, I think it was that machine. I bought that machine, and Jean came round and gave me a few lessons.
Cool. It's a nice machine, that.
Yeah.
Is that a walking foot?
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So and then I just sort of practiced on my own.
Lovely
and then,
clutch motor there, I think.
Yep.
Don't see that very often.
No. What I noticed is a lot of my students, I'm like, you need a walking foot. And then they get it and they're like, oh, this is far too heavy for me. I'm like, really?
Yeah. What's your favourite tool? It probably changes from moment to moment.
It's on the table.
I might have put it over there.
It was. That's
Is that oh, no. I like your tools. I like that
that cutting
rotary cutter.
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
yeah.
actually.
So
I haven't got one of them. I want to get one of them.
yeah, so when you're doing piping, say you're doing like a 3-piece suite, and you've got to do like
Loads of piping.
Yeah, you cut it, fold it up, and then rotary cut.
Oh yeah,
Saves loads of time.
I know. I really want to get one of those. So,
That's the
there's
thing
so many.
about-
There's so many like time saver tools, aren't there,
That's
on the
the
market
thing
at the moment?
about modern upholstery. I've always said, and I've
Yeah.
said it to you: traditional for the traditional for the soul, modern for the goal.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So the modern just gets it done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So getting into the nitty gritty then. So you like came out of working with other people and thought, I'm going to set up on my own. But did you originally want to set up like bench work type thing, or right from the start were you like, I want to do this differently?
Yeah, it was essentially just wanted to go out on my own.
Yeah.
So just bringing in work, and then so I was just happy doing a bit of upholstery. And that's the thing, you can have, going back to what we were talking about earlier, a nice life. Time wise, I've got a lot of time freedom. I'm not rich yet. But I've got time
We're
freedom.
all rich.
Yeah.
We're all wealthy.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you know what I
I'm rich. I'm very rich.
You're wealthy, mate.
But yeah, I'm a wealthy man because I've got 2 healthy kids,
Yeah.
and I've got a roof over their heads.
So have you, by the way.
And I can, I've got 2 healthy kids, and I can feed them every night and keep the heating on.
Yeah.
That, keep the wolf at the door. That, to me, if something happens with one of the kids, I can go. I haven't got to go, please, sir, can I?
Yeah, that is that you do get a lot of freedom running your own business.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits. But obviously, the other side is every month no one teaches you about cash flow.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God. Like,
yeah.
Some of the things a lot of things we don't learn at school.
Yeah. No, we don't.
What do we have schools for if they're not teaching us how to manage our cash flow?
To be fair though,
things like
my
this?
son
Do you know what I
is doing business and enterprise at college, and he is learning. In fact, he's always like, "Oh, Mum, have you done this? Have you done it?" And he thinks he knows everything about business. He does. He actually does. He actually does. No, I'm telling you, he's doing really well at the moment.
He made a few thousand quid on. Yeah.
But it's
Fair play
like
to him. Shouts out to him.
I was just saying to you before we started the podcast that my stepdad was showing me about budgeting and forecasting, and it's like, unless you go on an actual business course about those kind of things, you have to learn the hard way, don't you?
Yeah. If you go through the traditional education,
that's a trick. That's
now we're going down a rabbit hole. But some would say they do it for a reason. They don't teach you these things for a reason.
Some would say that.
But yeah, you have to, you have to dive in the deep end, and that's not a strong point of mine.
Yeah.
So that's a plan for me going forward, to bring in someone.
Yeah.
That can handle that side of the business.
Yeah.
Because my coach says to me, because you're never going to be, you try, you're never going to be good at it. So
tell us about these coaches and things. So you have people that sort of help run, I'm presuming at the point at which you decided perhaps you were going to change the outlook of where your business is heading. Did you bring in people at that point, or have they come later?
Yeah. So Rob is my coach. Me and Rob have been working together since I launched the academy.
And is he? Would he be called a life coach, or is he?
He's a business coach. He's a business coach.
Rob
Arnold. So there's two different Robs.
Right. Yeah. I was getting confused.
So yeah, there's 2 different Robs, and one was Rob Moore. Yeah. Rob Arnold is my coach, and he's helped me set up the academy.
Right.
And he's also helped me move the academy now, because we moved it to a new website. So me and Rob are kind of we're friends now. But I knew that when I was getting into this, I started learning your network is your net worth, and who you're in the room with really matters. Because I went to, like I said to you, I was in a mastermind for a year. And you obviously have to pay quite a lot of money to get into these things.
So what's tell us, because I'm not sure what that is.
So a mastermind is essentially where you all meet in a room, and you'll have guest speakers come in and sort of tell you, you'll have like experts on trusts and wills and stuff like that, and you'd have. So it's kind of, but I think the value is when you're in a room with a lot of people that all think the same way. You get inspired and you come out come out hot, and you're like, right.
So would you say it's a networking event?
It's essentially networking.
Yeah.
But then you get
but
to
they're
ask,
different careers, but it doesn't matter because you all have the same goal.
Yeah. So it's all business, and you'll speak to someone and they'll give you like, we're doing this, and then you're like, oh my God, why aren't we doing that? And then all of a sudden you are, you're on the phone like, we got to do this, we got to get this done. So that's something I learned when I started doing the academy. I realized that I was going to have to start learning about marketing and advertising, essentially, and branding. Yeah. So
so that sort of came from there, or did it come from your coach? Was it a mixture of?
Well, yeah. I mean, Rob helped me in sort of launching the academy. Sort of gave me some structure, like this is what we need to achieve. Because I'm ADHD, as you'll find. A lot of people tell me that on YouTube. So I'm like,
are you diagnosed?
No, I'm not diagnosed. No, but,
same here.
Yeah, but I'll be like halfway through something, and I'm I've got to go and do that. And I'm all over the place. So I need I need some guidance. So yeah, Rob's helped me a lot. So shout out to Rob Arnold and Ascendia.ai. And so we're still working together, and the academy's now hosted on his platform. So we, so it's now so we're still working.
Take us back then. So when you set up on your own, then were you straight into the academy, or what was your business called before, or what? How did it go online? Tell us about that.
I mean, it was Facelift Interiors, and Facelift Interiors is still running.
Yeah,
we still do day-to-day upholstery, interiors, curtains, blinds. And it was actually my fiance Stacey's idea to start a YouTube channel.
Yeah, okay. What did she say?
Because I asked her this the other day. I was like, why did we start a YouTube channel? She's like, because I've always wanted to, but I'd never wanted to be in front of camera. But she would have been amazing, like with makeup and stuff. She would have been amazing. Yeah. By now, she would have been huge.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So she's doing it through me. So I didn't understand it at first. I was like, okay, why? Bear in mind, this is like early COVID. If you look at some of my first videos, you can actually go back on YouTube and you look at me like, and I remember like we were sitting in our kitchen one night, and there's a thing called YouTube Studio.
Right, yeah.
And you can see your stats.
Yeah.
I remember we was looking and we heard like, I don't know if it was annoying. We looked across and the screen was on the side.
Yeah.
We was having a glass of wine, and I looked over and I was like, someone's watching our video. And it was like one view.
Yeah.
From then on, you were.
Oh my God, wow.
And that was.
Look at you today, yeah.
And that was probably 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And now
100,000. Is that right?
Yeah, 105,000 subscribers, I think. And
that's phenomenal, man. Caps off to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was Stacey that saw it through. YouTube is not an easy gig. It's by far, it's probably one of the.
Did you get one of them plaques?
Yes, over there.
Do
you want to get it?
Yeah.
Ricky, it's just on the football table there.
I'd like to see it. This because I've never held one before. I held a BAFTA.
Oh, did you?
Because one of my
Vicky, just there.
One of my customers in 24. He's the producer of Ricky Gervais's Derek.
Oh yeah,
and he's got a load of BAFTAs and Golden Globes on his. And I said, "Can I hold it?" And he let me hold it.
Oh, wicked!
Look at that, cool.
Wow! So
you got this from YouTube
themselves? They just
themselves?
send you this, do they? If you without you prompting it, they just literally...
you have. They'll ask you. So do you want?
This is amazing. Yeah,
this is awesome.
Camera as well. Really cool.
So yeah, they'll
a bit of aluminium there.
They'll say, "Do you want?"
Oh.
You're like, yes. Yes, I want.
Definitely.
I want.
Yeah.
Now, that's just something to aim for, I think. Maybe we should.
So tell us all your secrets. How'd you get to 100?
Perseverance.
I think it is it's consistency, isn't it? Yeah.
Perseverance.
And would you say, so you are creating online videos showing people how to upholster different items, are you? And is is that just your model? That's your plan. It's not. Does it go into any other things like the life of Neil, or, is it just really?
We have a little bit. Recently, we done a job at Wimbledon. We done a job at Wimbledon just before the tournament.
Yeah.
So we done that, and that was a bit more like, this
Flashy,
is how we do a job like this.
Yeah. And it's exciting to watch as well. Yeah.
But it's even though there was some really big channels, there's some really big upholstery channels.
Mm-hmm.
Stacey was like, I think there's a gap. There's a space for us teaching. Because there is channels, but there was no one really going into detail.
Yeah, yeah.
Who are you talking about here?
What?
Me.
No, we're just talking about.
I know, what other channels? I'm just wondering what other channels
there's
there are.
Anthony Devine, isn't there?
Yeah,
He
there
does.
is,
Does I don't know if he's pure. He's not. Is he on? I'm not really sure if he's purely on YouTube or if he has a.
Anyway, you were saying.
So
there's lots of different people.
ALO, ALO in Canada. You've got a guy called, what's his name? He's got over 1 million subs. Big channel. Russian. What's his name?
Oh, really? I need to look. I need to look these people up.
It's doing my. But yeah, that's a big channel.
Yeah. But that must be completely different.
It's very sped up. It's like time lapse.
Oh yeah.
Whereas I go into detail. I'm like, this is why we're doing this. This is why we're doing this.
Yeah.
And it became apparent quite quickly. People were like, oh my God, this is really, really helpful.
Yeah.
But there's also a fine line between giving away too much.
Yes. Because you want.
So then they don't want to pay for it.
Nobody wants that.
This is what I want to say. So if you have 100,000 subscribers, presumably you get paid. Do you get paid per view now, or is it?
No, it's different now. You get paid by what kind of adverts that can be placed on your channel.
Okay, right.
And how much the advertisers are willing to pay.
Right, okay. So the more subscribers, the better the adverts that you get. And therefore...
depending on, it's very different. There's regions.
Yeah, okay.
So like 1 million views in America and UK is going to be much more valuable than 1 million views in India.
Right, okay,
and that's just the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right,
just because of, you got...
People are people. You're saying 1 million views in India are less valuable.
Yeah, but it depends who the buyer is.
It's all to do, it's all to do with... currencies and
exchanges.
Who the more powerful
language.
So
and disposable income,
but
perceived disposable income as well.
So YouTube will pay you a percentage of what they get in ad revenue.
Sit on this.
Ray, I've got a confession to make. I once dated a tool.
Now, are we talking heartbreak or hardware?
Staple gun, my BEA. Honestly, it's been more reliable than most people I've ever worked with.
Oh, totally. Mine's taking a beating over the years. Still fires like day one. No jams, no weird noises, just solid work.
I use 71 Series 421 staple gun most days. But I've also got the long nose 436 for those awkward bits. You just know it's going to deliver clean staples every time.
And it doesn't wear arm out either, especially when you're working on a big frame or doing repeat jobs.
Powerful, reliable, and never goes to me mid-project. Legendary and dependable.
Bit like me, really.
Only difference is my BEA doesn't moan when I drop it.
Are we still talking about tools here? I've got feelings,
So if you're tired of unreliable tools and dodgy knockoff staple guns and want to upgrade your kit, now's the time.
Head to the link in the show notes and you'll get 10% off your first purchase on guns and staples using the code SITONTHIS10.
BEA staple guns. Powerful, precise, and honestly a lot easier to live with than some of the tools I've known.
Staple smart, sit on that. Have you ever actually met like a representative of YouTube, like a human being?
No.
It's interesting. It's like this is all happening, but you don't. No one actually knocks on your door and says, "Well done, sir."
No.
To present you.
No, it's very. I see what you're saying. It's very. There's no touch points.
But so they do that, but on your YouTube channel, you give some things away for free, and then you point them in the direction to your academy.
So we on YouTube, you can put long videos on, but we realised anything over sort of an hour is and
does it? Anything over an hour, and you don't get quite as many views?
Yeah, I mean, it just. There's lots of different analytics in the way the algorithms work and how you get pushed out. Like, our stats aren't great at the moment because we haven't uploaded for quite a while.
Right.
YouTube like to see consistency.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, but you guys are human beings, you know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, and we've just relaunched the academy. So that's the reason why. But we are going to start, because when we launched the academy, you know, this is quite entertaining. When we launched the academy, you know, we was like, oh, it's going to be amazing. We had like marketing agencies come in and sort of, oh yeah, you're gonna do really well. And at the time, I think we had like 60,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah.
When we launched the academy, thinking, you know, if we get 1%, we get 600 members.
Yeah.
You know, we were like, oh, we're going to be out quick.
So much money.
Yeah. And we launched. We got 30 sign-ups. 30 sign-ups from out of 60,000.
Wow.
Willing to come and pay. So it's a totally different.
What do you think happened there? Because I think you're right. I think the marketing people, because you get this. I mean, I get sucked into Instagram, you know, all the time with them going, you should do this with your life and you should do that and just charge. And you do, and you think, oh my God, I'm going to make some money doing that. But it's the reality of it's very different.
Yeah. Everyone's, you know, I get it. Everyone's trying to make, you know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was, you know, it's just their fault. It's just, you know, you have to go through the experience to learn.
Yeah.
So we thought, you know, everyone's just going to hear about it and go, yeah.
Yeah.
But in reality, is a big difference between someone that's willing to subscribe and click that button and go subscribe to actually hand over their credit card details and pay you for your knowledge.
Conversion rates.
Even though, it's a different world. You know, free content to paid content. It's very different.
And is that when you decide to sort of learn a bit more about marketing and like what you're saying about the hot and the cold? That's really interesting. I'm definitely going to use that in the sense that I'm going to kind of think about that.
Yeah.
When I'm putting out quotes and things.
It's it was certainly a massive learning curve.
Yeah.
You know, we thought like a 1%, which would be a good conversion rate.
Yeah. Definitely to that many
subscribers. But it was the reality was very different. So we spent a lot of money on ad campaigns, and so it's not just learning, it's learning how to make offers.
Yeah.
How to present those offers.
Yeah.
And because obviously YouTube is 3 content, and you don't know how many people are just like, oh, you know, I'll just watch it. Some people just watch upholstery on YouTube and they're not interested in doing or learning upholstery. They just watch upholstery on YouTube. But it's.
I wonder what those people are like.
Yeah, if you want to go into, you know, into the details, then you'd come. I say come over.
To the academy.
If you want to learn, deep, like if you want to know.
Yeah.
That's how we're doing it now. We use YouTube as like a follow through.
Yeah.
So.
And would you say it sort of made you think about your content on YouTube and like maybe like to hold back a bit more? Perhaps after you converted, you thought maybe we are giving away a bit too much on there, and maybe we need to change the way that we're doing the videos.
There is that fear, isn't there?
There's actually Rob Moore. I remember him. Rob Moore was doing a speech live, and he said, "Free information is generally shit." And I was like, well, "Mine's not." And it made me think, hold on, maybe I am giving away too much then. So it's
free information is generally shit.
Free advice, you know, that's what, because they're business people, so they
depends who's giving the advice.
Yeah.
And whether it's relevant.
Yeah.
But if their business model, what Neil's saying is, if their business model depends on the conversion to them buying something, they're going to give.
His business relies on people buying his mentorship.
Yeah.
So, his business is very different. But it is interesting.
It could be relevant to what I always do with when I get clients in and I give quotes, and I don't talk about the fabric side of it until I've converted them to purchase and to go ahead with the commission, because again, that's giving away a lot of free. I'm giving away the meterage of their chair. I'm giving away the cost. I always give them an average price of fabric, but if I'm then showing them samples and giving them, that's my expertise, isn't it? That's my
exactly. Yeah, that's
That should
interesting.
be-
Actually, you
should
say
be-
that.
I'm trying to read the room here because it's like at the end of the day, we are also at a time where this information is out there if you want to get it. So
you know what?
the
I
fear
don't.
of-
I don't think it is.
you don't think it is?
For people. I'm talking about my students that come into my studio, and they're actually wanting to learn upholstery, but they have no idea about fabric.
Yeah,
They're like,
that's true.
I've got no idea where to look for it. If I go online, there's just so many options. I'm not really sure what type. That is a real skill, knowing about fabric.
What I'm suggesting is, what I'm saying is that in this day and age, like if you don't know something, what do you do?
Well, I go on ChatGPT.
Exactly.
That's a good point. Okay, so maybe you say, I don't know what fabric to use on my chair, blah, 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 and put it in ChatGPT. I don't think it would still give you an overall of all the textures
You'd be
and,
surprised.
and the
You would be
styles.
surprised.
And that's a very
You would be
tactile
surprised.
thing.
Look, I know it's a tactile thing. Fabric's a tactile thing,
You've
but
got to see it with your skin.
But in terms of projecting an idea or like illustrating an idea, it's getting pretty good at that stuff. And I'm just saying that we're at a time where this kind of information.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
You're trying to still keep value of what you're doing, but at the same time, maybe definitions of value need to be redefined, because you might give away a lot. But at the end of the day, if a viewer likes, or a customer likes, or a student likes what you're giving away, they'll come to you. You'll draw them in, rather than feeling worried like you're behind some sort of a information wall, paywall. I'm just challenging things.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's a fine line.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, it is the age of information. But there is, if you ask, I think if you ask ChatGPT, it would give you a very generic.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be able to tell you you need to start investing in fabric books. This is how you.
I think it would depend on your prompts.
And the subjective,
you're right.
like viewing a piece of art.
Yeah.
It's like a feeling that you get. ChatGPT can't give you that, can it? Like
That's
when you
true.
see your favorite fabric for the first time.
No, but I was speaking in specifically in regards to like information.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, there is.
Do you think ChatGPT and things like that have changed the way that your consumer is viewing your channel and things like that? Like, are you considering AI with what you do?
We definitely use it. Amazing for reupholstery. Now we can actually. I've always said that. From years ago, I was like, I wish I could project that fabric onto that old sofa.
Yeah.
And now we can do that. It's amazing. You can now. You can have someone come to you for a quote, and you can then over deliver on the quote. Like I was saying earlier, you can send a welcome pack or a video of what we do.
Yeah.
You can now send examples of what I see.
Yeah. Okay,
I see this fabric on that.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Yeah.
And so it gives you that option to over deliver, and then a customer might go, do you know what? I like those ideas.
Yeah.
Let's go with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it has changed the game in that way, but
you increase your value proposition.
Yeah.
At the same time, if you ask anyone, I think everyone would be a little bit concerned about AI. But as far as craftspeople, trades, I think there's never been a better time to learn a craft or a trade than right now. Because I don't mean to sound like doom and gloom, but I don't think people realise how much unemployment there's going to be.
Yeah.
Once these systems get implemented in these big
Different
businesses
sectors of the economy.
So doing
People
something
need something to do with their hands.
so you're going to have robots. Of course, you probably will have upholstery robots one day, but they'll probably be making the same thing over. And everyone's going to want everyone. Who is it? I heard Simon Sinek said something the other week.
I like him. Yeah,
he said about Pottery Barn mug. He said, so this mug, if we buy from Pottery Barn, it's perfect in every single way. There's no flaws. It's perfect. But he said, it's perfect in every single way, but he's like, people are going to value the flaws, the handmade, you know, because that's cheap. You can buy that from Pottery Barn for $6. People are going to prefer the $12 made by hand, handcrafted mug that's made by that's made by a human. So
authenticity will be the thing.
That's a nice way to
So
sell, you know, like I say, I think it's the best time. There's never been a better time to learn a trade or a craft.
Having said that, do you want one of the most irritating things that some people say that I've heard in the past is that you'll never make your millions working in upholstery. You'll never make any money. I was told this by one of my old I did work experience for a gentleman in Camden, Kensington area, and I'm in his van. We're going to do a job. I was going to do fabric walling, and on the way, he's like, "You'll never make money with your hands. You'll never make money doing upholstery." I'm like, I didn't know. I'm just wondering what do you think of that? Do you think there is money to be made in upholstery? Do you think? How do you personally, Neil, like frame success in upholstery?
Well, going back to what we said earlier, you know, success is, you know, what do you want out of life? You know, if you want to have time freedom with your kids, and you know, then I'm successful now. You know, but in a way, I get what you're saying. How do we, you know, you can only make so much with one pair of hands, right? Yeah. So, like I was saying earlier, you either have to leverage social media to build a brand, a personal brand, or a business brand that you can scale, or you have to bring in staff that you can
do stuff for you.
You can leverage your staff, and you know you build and you scale. But that is hard to do nowadays. Yeah. I'm trying to do it now. It's hard. It takes so much money, and the business rates, and
and all the additional costs to employing someone and not having them freelance employment rights. I think also with that it's the uncertainty of what we do a lot of the time with commissions, isn't it? You don't always know you're going to get a commission. Certainly people that I'm guessing who are employing people in our industry are actually working maybe with antiques dealers or with interior designers where they're getting regular work. So they know what they can budget and forecast.
Yeah. The company I used to work for had this beautiful showroom, but they were established 70 years.
Yeah.
So they were established business, and they got this beautiful showroom with all these beautiful pieces in it, and in a wealthy area.
Yeah.
And that footfall and the customer recognition, they consistent, but I think, even now, I think times, even for them, I think they're probably finding it's definitely, it's harder for everyone now. You go back 10 years, how different it is now.
Where did the time go?
I looked at a unit the other week. I wanted to, because we want to move into a bigger unit, and I looked at this unit. It was beautiful round the corner on one of the industrial estates. You could have a workroom downstairs, a showroom upstairs. And before COVID, the agent said this would have been 50 grand, but now it's 90.
Wow!
So over 5 years, a 40 grand increase.
Wow!
I was just like, $7 grand a month.
It just doesn't convert,
rent,
though, does it?
It's just.
Do you think
doesn't convert in our industry?
Do you feel that having been a YouTube superstar now, that's had a knock-on effect on your own business in terms of getting commissions, people recognizing you through?
Yeah. It definitely helps, because people will go and watch my YouTube and then say, I want to work with you.
Yeah.
Some people some people do that. Some people just don't care. Some people just want.
Yeah.
It definitely helps. Like I was saying with social media, if you're not using social media, then
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot harder.
Yeah.
Because
Unless you're super like
yeah.
like I don't know, some kind of Jedi monk or something.
Yeah, exactly. You need to position yourself as an authority on social media. So you talk about stuff. That's what I say to some of my students, because some of them are just like, I just do not want to be on camera. I'm like, that's fine. But then, you know, it's going to be harder. You're going to have to pay for ads and stuff like that. Because social media is free. You can, you know.
There's nothing free, mate.
Well, no, your attention. If it's free, they want your attention is the currency. But
can I just interject that? What proportion of your time do you think people should be spending on social media? I say this because the other day when I was having a conversation with my stepdad about forecasting and budgets, we were talking about like the difference between admin not making you any money and being on the bench actually making you physical money. And so social media to me, like I really backed off on social media. So I don't have time. I've got these money making things that I'm giving my time to. And social media has slipped back because it might translate to making me money eventually. It might bring in students, etc. But I'm thinking I've got enough on there to bring in students. But is it really making me money? So what's what percentage
making
do you
the tech
think?
Owners, the tech bros, the tech billionaires?
What
money,
do you think? What percentage of someone's time do you think? And is it only important if you're just starting out, for example? What's your feeling on that?
Yeah, I think you can go. You can go multiple ways. You can go. No social media. You can go down that route. Family, friends, spread the word, do nice work.
Word of mouth, yeah.
Word of mouth's going to spread, but it does take. Whereas social media,
you've got to establish,
yeah, social media. You can one video can change your life. Can change your life. One video, one viral video can change your life.
And in what way do you mean change your life? Like bring you millions of pounds?
Yeah, well, once
I mean, can
once you've got that sort of following, you can leverage it.
You're right.
You start getting brand deals, partnerships. And then things start to change.
Yeah.
My business now is very different. Whereas now I'm like my time best spent is in front of the camera, creating.
Yeah.
I call them assets.
So you're
digital
more
assets.
in front of the camera than you are on bench.
Both.
So what do you mean digital assets?
So I see social media as digital assets.
Okay.
So my courses, I create them once and sell them multiple times. So it's a great business model. If you can, create a product and then sell it over and over and over again, it's a great business model.
Yes. Yeah.
Whereas if you've got to do...
the effort is once. It's not...
Yeah.
Continue. Yeah.
So I see social media as digital assets, even Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that, because people will watch that and go, where are you based? And you're like, Rickmansworth, and they're like, because I've had people come to me from Peterborough, York,
Yeah.
I've even had a guy from Israel the other day, wanted me to make a cushion for him. I was like, I don't know if I can be arsed. So that's the way
I really agree with you. I've said this right from starting my business that I want, obviously I've written a couple of books, I've written a couple of self-published books, and they do drabs make me money. They don't make me millions of pounds, but they do make me money. They sit on Amazon, I get royalties from my first book, and I don't do anything. I literally do nothing apart from post them out. Sometimes, not the first book that gets posted out from other people. But so, something like that has got longevity, hasn't it? And I really do believe in that if you can get some kind of... But the trouble is that you have to find the time.
You've got to finance it to a point.
You've got to finance it and you've got to find the time.
You've got to finance it to a point where everything catches up.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a YouTube video that we done years ago. It was dining pads. And that video has brought in, so I say this to people now, I'm like, that video brought in, I think it's about $3,000 in lifetime, in lifetime revenue.
Yeah.
So if you look at it like that, if you can create, if you can create a bit of content that can bring in that, but it's catching, it takes a long time to get to that point.
Yeah.
Like YouTube, if you're building a YouTube, that's why a lot of people on YouTube give up, because in the first 18 months, you're basically just putting out stuff that doesn't get views and
that's like us.
And it takes and it's weekly. You have to, every week consistently. You have to put it out, and then So it's difficult. I get what you're saying. Like, I still have it now. Yeah. I've got a customer that's offering me cash now to do that, and I'm like, oh, do I do that, or do I go and make a course that might make me more money in the long term? But it's going to take a lot longer to get there. Yeah. So it is a balancing act. It's a game that you've got to kind of.
So I was wondering, can you tell me a bit about, or tell us both a bit about the structure of the Facelift Academy? How does it work? I mean, if for someone who hasn't tuned in, I mean,
we wouldn't need to.
I maybe wouldn't, but I'm just for the sake of listeners out there. How does it work?
The Academy is, so if someone says to me, what should I do? I'm like, how should I learn? I'm like, as much as you possibly can, as much as you can afford. Like my mentors and coaches, what you're paying for is the shortcuts. Because I have people come to me and go, I can watch it all for free on YouTube. I'm like, yes. But then you will possibly spend years making mistakes that I can guide you around. And thousands of pounds in mistakes that I could say to you, don't do that, do this instead. And
but you're doing it all through the medium of online.
Yeah.
That kind of raises another thought about online tuition versus in person. What is your experience? I mean, you've got quite growing success of online tuition. What is your experience of one-to-one tuition?
Well, I didn't do an apprenticeship.
Right.
But it was, I spent 11, 12 years in a factory where it was, and it was a production line, everyone had their role. You wouldn't it wasn't, you pick the job up, you strip it, you cut it, you sew it, you upholster it. It was, you strip it, then someone does the cutting. That was mainly my job. I spent the majority of my time on the cutting bench.
Yeah.
Then it goes to the machinists. You've got 2 machinists sitting there all day. Then it goes to the upholsterer who tacks it all on. So, that was. Sorry.
So your experience of in-person one-to-one training is basically industry based on your work experience. But in terms of tuition,
so my academy is based on my upbringing in upholstery.
Yeah, you're learning and how you learn. Yeah, you're sharing that.
Because some people say, what's the best way to learn? And like I was saying, I'd say do as much as you can. If you can afford to do in-person courses and online, do as much as you can. It's like taking as much knowledge as you can, because you can get an apprenticeship and you think an apprenticeship's going to be the fastest way, but you are going to spend a year, possibly longer, filling cushions, sweeping the floor, making tea.
Do you ever feel like, I mean, I personally feel like
stripping. I mean, and you learn a lot from stripping.
Yeah, you do.
That's what I say to people, if you want to start learning, get your nan's old sofa, start stripping it down. And as you start stripping it, you understand, you'll be like, oh, okay, that went on first. And then that went on afterwards.
You witnessed the order of execution.
I was going to say something about teaching, but have you got a question about teaching as well? It's
no, I think he's just answered.
I was just going to say that obviously I'm a upholstery teacher and I don't do online. But I would say you're absolutely right. Get your learning from all aspects of upholstery where you can. For me, I always say upholstery is so much more than just upholstery teaching. It's so much more. It's community. It's talking to people about their lives. It's tears. So that the people that come to physical classes, I don't get hardly anybody that wants to do it as a career. This is just for a social, it is really, they want to do something with their hands and they are learning something, but they're also talking to people and, and taking their mind off something.
Yeah, it's nice.
However, being a teacher, Are there? Do you feel like there are aspects of your own training are missing, like are lacking? I mean, or do you feel like fully realised as a teacher, you know all there is to know about a particular subject?
No. I mean, I could, like I said, I could probably go to someone, you know, I think you could learn something off everyone.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
you could work
Oh
into
my
any
gosh,
You
yeah.
could walk into any workshop and learn something. You go, oh my God,
Upholsterers say.
how you do that? Oh my God, I'm going to
Yeah.
implement that straight away.
We did it the other day when we were in a class with Cess and the
Gareth and
the
was
upholstery
awesome.
class Dorset. Yeah, and I was like, oh, so how do you teach the slip knot? You know, and Cess teaches it in a completely different way to me. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, so you always...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went there to learn continental
springing.
lashing,
Yeah.
spring lashing methods. And I learned that and more as well. It was awesome. And it kind of like, it's like broadens one's vocabulary. If you know what I
It
mean.
does, yeah. It
know?
adds to, and that's daily for me. I'm always adding to my knowledge.
So I suspect...
You never stop learning.
So I suspect with the Facelift Academy, I mean, you've started with like modern approaches, but will that expand as your depth of inquiry increases, and will that be passed on to your students?
Yeah. So my vision...
Yeah,
my
what is
goal-
your vision?
What's your vision?
Yeah.
What's
So
your
my
vision?
vision for the Academy is to be one of the best online platforms in the world for interiors, upholstery and soft furnishings. So not necessarily, you know, I'm not going to say I'm going to be the best, because I don't, you know, I'm definitely not.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't call myself, you know,
I don't think there's anything wrong in having that kind of a...
I just...
You want to be the
aspiration.
go-to
I want,
for online
I want
upholstery.
there to be... I want it to be a place where no matter in the world where you are, there's help for you.
Mm-hmm.
So at the moment we're trying to reach out to partners. So in the new academy, we've got a brilliant shop for anyone that's in the UK, and we've got a couple of businesses in America. But we're trying to expand because we've got students in New Zealand, South Africa, Australia,
absolutely,
Germany, America, Canada.
Yeah.
So it's trying to build, you know, something that can help people no matter where in the world they are. And you know, I'm trying to build something so you can build a real interiors business. You know, I'm teaching you. We've got a course coming up soon, which is going to teach you about how to make a bespoke sofa. Not necessarily the frame, but I'm going to show you. This is how, you know, you go about making a sofa from scratch.
Yeah.
So let's say the customer wants it 2.5 meters. So this is how you order it. Then it comes in bare as a frame. Then you build it up. So it's that's my vision. Also to keep as much furniture out of landfill as possible. You know, the more furniture that's getting reupholstered, the less is ending up in landfill, and that's a global win for every. You know,
it's
that's
just a I'll shut up Ray kind of point. A lot of more modern furniture ends up in landfill than traditional pre-1950s.
Yeah.
So,
depending on where you go, I'd say 100%. If you go to like a real high-end company, like if you came to me for a bespoke sofa, you know you're going to get hardwood, like solid frame. It's going to last 100 years. You know, but I get it. You know, your high street furniture is mainly made to last
5 years.
5 years. The payment cycle,
or the duration of a credit agreement.
Exactly. It's actually quite.
I'm guessing. I'm just thinking about your the people that your students, and also standards and things like that. And I was just thinking, firstly, do most of your students want to do a career in upholstery, or are they just literally doing it for their own home? Like, what do you think the percentage of people? I know we keep talking stats. Sorry, I'm into my stats. But do you think like a majority of the people are actually looking to do it as a business when they come to you, or is it?
I think
more,
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there is people that will. There's obviously, I'd say 70%.
Okay. Yeah.
Are already in business or want to get into business.
Yeah.
And it is amazing. You know, I get messages from all over the world like, oh my God, we did this watching your videos. And so it's lovely. And I'd never heard of, that person before. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
You know, I've got a guy called Toby in South Africa. I'll give him a shout.
Mhm.
And Toby, you know, just came. He's like, Neil, I've been watching your videos, and he builds his own. He does his own welding.
Yeah.
And builds all the cushions from scratch, and it's just an incredible part to be part of that someone's journey.
Yeah.
Even not the whole journey. You know, I didn't
Yeah,
teach him
yeah.
welding or anything like that, but
That-
just knowing that you're helping people
Yeah.
around the world.
Yeah.
Sit on this.
Hey, it's a massive roll you're hugging.
This fresh Hessian just arrived from Martin's Upholstery Supplies, and yes, I'm emotionally attached.
Well, that explains the grin. You do love a bit of 12 ounce.
Hey, don't knock it. It's the unsung hero. Holds my springs in place, neatens up my work, and smells like proper upholstery. I love the smell of 12 ounce in the morning.
Yeah, I actually ordered from Martin's last week. Foam, webbing, a few finishing bits. It all turned up in 2 days. No faff.
That's what I love. Whether you need a tin of glue or 10 metres of calico, it's all there, and it's all brilliant quality.
It's definitely my go-to for top-ups, especially when I realise I've run out of something mid-project.
Yeah, which is about every week.
Exactly. Martin saves me from full-blown panic attacks more times than I'd like to admit.
If you're setting up a workshop or just need the basics, Martin's has the lot. And as a special treat for our listeners, they're offering 5% discount on all foam and upholstery sundry orders. Just check the link in the show notes below and use the code SITONTHISMartins5 for your discount.
Martin's Upholstery Supplies. Solid, speedy, and always got your back.
Sit on that.
Can we talk about round the world though? Because actually that brings me on to my next question about standards. And like, obviously in the UK, I think we've got very high standards in upholstery.
Some of the highest in the world.
And also some of our materials and things like that. But I'm presuming like when you talk to someone in South Africa, they can't always get those materials. And they, you know, I'm thinking about some of the people that I follow on Instagram, which I just love following African upholsterers because they literally drag the sofa into the garden and they've got a claw hammer to it, you know, and they're absolutely whacking it. And they're sewing in the garden with the mud. And I just think that's incredible. So, you know, how do you kind of translate those British standards to these foreign countries who don't necessarily have all the same things we do?
And certainly don't have the same fire eggs, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So I'd like to teach. You know, I say to my students, hold yourself to high standards. Like I say that if I've never regretted redoing a piece of work. But I have regretted letting work go that I wasn't happy with. So I said, so I say, even if it's going to take you half a day, redo it. Because your mind, if you start to let things go, then your subconscious will start to, you know, see that as a pattern. And then, so it's important to hold yourself to those standards.
Yeah.
And if you're not happy with it, redo it. You won't regret it. Because that's the way I've always been. So I try and teach them the standards that I try and hold myself to, and just hope that, you know, that translates.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, like trying to do a video on fire regulations because you've got our fire regulations, you've got the US, and then
they're completely different.
It's an endless hole.
Yeah.
But I'm trying, you know, I'm reaching out to companies in America and Canada and trying to, you know, bridge trying to set up like the shop in the academy. You can buy your frames, you can buy your foams, your tools, all at a discount as well. So the money you're paying me in your subscription, you can earn back. Right. You could earn 15, 20 quid back a month in discounts if you use it correctly. So I'm trying to make it as affordable for people as possible because times are hard.
At the same time maintaining certain standards.
Yeah, because that's another point. Like that's another thing I learned with mentorship and coaching. Like the more you pay for something, the harder you're going to try. So
interesting you say that.
Yeah. So if something's quite affordable or it's free, you're like,
So are you suggesting that maybe you should up your prices?
I think that's a really interesting psychology, actually.
Let's if we're going to have this conversation, let's be honest. Like,
well, yeah, I mean,
there are courses out there which are what, $3,500 a pop.
Yeah,
and your courses go for around
£50 a month,
1/5 of that.
£50 a month or $479 a year if you pay for the year. But
but the ones that are going for £3,500, you're actually getting a diploma. It's like getting a university degree. So it is a certificate you're getting at the end of it.
Yeah,
but I'm not diminishing what you're doing.
But I'm just illustrating. He just makes the point that saying if you pay a low rate, you're not giving it the same value, or not giving the education the same value as something that is $3,500.
I thought you were talking more about commission though. If you get a
No, I'm not talking commissions. We're talking about actual
coaching
classes.
and
If you're charging what, 600 including VAT or something?
Oh no, it's less than 5.
All right. You know, I'm
not trying to put you on the spot here. I mean, this is. I'm
not trying to put you on the spot here. I really don't want to do that. Yeah. We're here because we love what you do.
Yeah.
And I just want to make sure that you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a balancing act that I'm. Again, it comes to marketing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the more you pay for something, the more you value it. So I kind of say that to my students. You know, it is my moral obligation to make you pay as much as you can, because by doing that, you're gonna then, because like I was saying earlier, with
tuition,
with coaching, I've got a coach I've got a guy that I want to work with, and I mentioned him earlier. And it's $50,000 a year to be in his to be in the room with him, because I know that if I got in the room with him, I'd be like, so I know I would make that back, because you come out of there like
with the knowledge.
So it's the more you pay for something, the more you're gonna So it's, you know,
it's a slowly catching monkey. Got
so
to incrementally.
The more value we add, we are gonna.
I think that it's a great philosophy, but I think that the reality is, and I get this weekly, you're too expensive. Oh, you're too expensive. So I'm not trying to give an expensive rate.
No,
I'm not trying to overvalue. When I'm doing commissions,
at the same time,
I'm not trying to overvalue myself. I'm trying to charge what it costs me in my time to upholster something. But then you have customers that say, you're too expensive. And I had this last week, you're too expensive. I've gone with the other guy because he's cheaper. But, you know, he suggested 7 meters. I'm not really sure if that chair, you know, immediately trying to ask me a question when he's on with someone else. And it's like, well, hold on a minute. Like, you've just I haven't even overcharged for that.
Not everyone's your customer either. That's the thing.
No, exactly.
The cheapest. So it's very hard.
Too expensive for me. See ya. Sorry. You've got to let people go.
As soon as someone says to me, "Can you do a breakdown of the costs?" I'm like, "Goodbye."
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
because I
sorry.
I don't sound arrogant. But I feel like if they're going to be a problem at the beginning like that, then they're going to be a problem in the middle and a problem at the end.
Yeah.
So I feel like energy doesn't lie. If a customer's giving you bad vibes early on,
I love that. Yes.
You
the gut.
If your gut's telling you that they're going to be if
it's not going to work, it's not going to work.
And I've had, you know, I had a woman in here once. She went through all of my books, and you can see how many books behind.
You got loads.
Couldn't find one fabric that she liked, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so relieved." I'm so relieved, because if someone can't find something that they like, it's. But going back to your point about, and this is another thing we can get into, diplomas. Whereas I've got no qualifications in upholstery.
Yeah,
and. Don't get me wrong, like I'm sure they're amazing, these courses. You know, I know some of the people that teach on them, and they're incredible upholsterers, incredible teachers, some of the best in the world.
Yeah.
If someone came to me and I have had people come to me, I've got this qualification. I'm like, great. But what can you You've got to show me what you can do on the bench.
Mhm.
That's what matters to me the most.
Yeah.
How does
know.
that translate to real world experience?
Yeah, it's you know,
absolutely. I mean, the diploma actually makes you go through lots of different styles of furniture anyway. So that person would not have a problem showing you what they did on the bench. But I can see where you're coming at. You're saying it's not accessible to everyone. Doing a diploma for $3,500 every single year for 3 years is not accessible.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is accessible to most people. And I do get that. I do.
Yeah. So I'm trying to, but at the same time, not trying to make it.
You're not trying to devalue what was gone before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's, but like I said earlier, do as much as you can.
What excites you most about your perception of the future of upholstery right now? What kind of, when you think about upholstery as an industry, when you think about the Facelift Academy, and what kind of excites you about the future? What do you want to do? And what worries you as well?
I think what excites me is I think we need to, and I'm not just saying me here, I think all of us as an industry need to do our part in educating the public in what's happened for the past.
So we should all harmonise.
Yeah, since you know, because this country had a phenomenal industry in high-end quality furniture. Like, you know, you took Duresta and all them companies that went
Applewhite.
That just went down the pan and everything got outsourced. You know, now we're importing furniture that ends up in our own landfill after 5 years of payment plans, like we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that excites me, you know, trying to, and I think it's a massive task, you know, re-educating the public on, you know, oh, should I buy a new one? I can buy a new one for cheaper than that. Yeah, but
no.
Yeah.
Let me educate you first. First of
We
all,
definitely have a role.
First of all, you're going to go and buy something that's going to last 5 years.
No, first of all, you're going to buy something that's not even going to fit through your front door.
Exactly.
You haven't measured it properly.
Exactly. So yeah, that excites me. You know, I think the age of, I don't know about you guys, but I know a few people that are still upholstering, sort of in their early 60s.
I'm in my mid-50s.
Some people are dying in the early 60s.
And they see what I'm doing, they're like, I'd never teach anyone my skills. Why would I do that? Why would I do that?
Yeah.
Like, sorry, who carries on once
you're dead?
Yeah. Who's going to carry on the industry? So, yeah, that's something that sort of rubs me up.
Yeah.
The wrong way sometimes.
But I think that's what's great about our industry now compared to when I started 20 years ago, which is like you just literally couldn't phone anyone. You couldn't, you know, there wasn't Instagram. And now everyone's sharing everything. And people are just so welcoming in the industry now. I mean, we've got the Festival of Upholstery. I think that we are creating a really special community.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good, the Festival of Upholstery was,
that was fun.
That was fun. Yeah, that was fun. It's the first one I've ever done. First ever show.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
Cool.
It's nice to be with like-minded people that
Yeah.
get excited about something.
Like see people who you've only ever seen on social media.
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
you get the measure of a person.
Yeah. So yeah, what scares me?
Yeah,
Governments.
I was going to say.
Taxes.
Trump,
yeah.
whatever.
Well, yeah. So, but
Sorry.
as far as, you know, upholstery, I think, you know, there's never been more talent on show. It's just, I think the public need to understand, because a lot of people say they don't even know what upholstery is. They're like, what's that?
There's a generation of kids out there.
Yeah.
Like,
They
still don't understand the word.
That's so true.
Or the root word.
Yeah.
Uphold, to uphold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that excites me because I think, you know, with AI, there's going to be a lot more kids that want to come into
Yeah.
That excites me, but also worries me as well, because we're in the age of like truth is almost like, you've got to really dig out. You've got to really dig for it to find the real truth. And how much in a world where like I've seen things online on YouTube where they've completely made up stories. Do you know what I mean? Like whether it's fiction, science fiction, whatever, or even if it's moments in history that never ever happened. Or getting. And I just think it's getting so sophisticated. This alien
how's
life
that
form.
going to impact us? Though?
Well,
how's that going to impact us?
in terms of the history of furniture and the history of art in some ways, and the history of design and the history of furniture manufacturing. I'm just saying. It's a worry for me. I could be as paranoid as whatever, but it's a worry for me. It's like, I want.
Well, the misinformation would be spread, and so the young people coming into the industry wouldn't.
Misinformation
wouldn't get the real idea of what
we want
furniture.
We're talking about passing on what we've learned over hundreds and hundreds of years, and traditionally it's always been either by word of mouth and it's been like a face-to-face contact, and traditionally it's been like via books. But now you're dealing with a medium that has evolved into such a state that are we going to get?
Is the detail correct?
Is the detail completely correct?
History is written by the victors.
Yeah,
as they say.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's just a way of thinking of it. Just, I just worry about these things,
Deep fakes and
yeah,
there's like you say, there's stuff coming that
it's
going to look so real and sound so real.
Be totally indistinguishable from
Yeah. So someone could clone your face and then they could be, hi, I'm Ray Clark.
I don't know if they would even go to that.
And then start giving you some like obscure thing to do with upholstery.
Anyway.
Neil. Thank you so much for today.
Thank
we
you.
had such an amazing conversation. I've learned a lot from you.
We haven't even started.
I know. We always say that.
For hours,
about an hour and a half in, we always say we haven't even started.
We haven't.
But we have. We've done an hour and a half always.
Yeah, I'll pay the extra.
I've taken a lot of what you said today, and I'm like the hot cold thing, definitely going to apply that. So thank you so much.
Remind me the hot cold thing?
It was the marketing thing of
okay, yeah.
Yeah, the thing you already did.
Warming them up.
Yeah, warming people up.
Yeah, prospects.
I love that.
Yeah.
So thank you.
I'm just blown away that you've given us the time, and come over. We come over, and I like what you've got going on here. And from what I've seen of the Facelift Academy, it's going to go strength to strength, mate. I think you're doing something particularly unique here in that space, and we should keep an eye on you and maybe have you back on again, see how your courses are doing.
Wicked. I'd love to. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you swinging by.
This has been the Sit on This podcast with Vicky Grubb and Ray Clark.
And if you've liked what we've coming out with, then please like and subscribe, and if you have been, thank you for watching. Thank you very much.
Sit on this